Obesity and diabetes are at critical levels worldwide. Here in the United States, 25 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes, and in some states, nearly half the population would fall into the obese category. So, what's behind this alarming trend? Many attribute it to our unnatural overexposure to excessive sugar. So given the choice, most moms would probably prefer to introduce their family to an all-natural and organic option, one without the sugar, right? Well, our next two guests might have just the solution. We want to welcome Dr. Alistair Frayne, a physician and co-founder of Honeybush Health Limited, and Julie Daniluk, a world-renowned author and nutritionist. Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
Startling statistic, I have to tell you, very alarming.
Very alarming. As nutritionists, we're seeing a massive increase in the cases of diabetes, prediabetes, and obesity. And we know that a great deal of that is the sugars we're consuming, not only in the food, but also we drink 800 liquid calories a day. That is a huge amount, and that's masquerading as nutrition drinks, as our sports beverages, but it's still sugar, and that really increases inflammation. It's a real problem. Then people turn to artificial sweeteners, which is a problem, because that spikes your insulin and your appetite, so you end up eating more.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and that's where honeybush tea is such a beautiful alternative, such a great natural alternative, because it truly helps to satisfy your sweet tooth. It's naturally sweet, but doesn't have any of those empty calories. Did you know if you avoid 3,500 calories a week, you can shed a pound of fat?
And that sounds like a lot, but by making small changes, you can probably reach that goal pretty readily. Dr. Frayne, I want to bring you in here. Julie just mentioned Honeybush as kind of a healthier alternative. Tell me about that.
The health benefits of Honeybush can be seen really on three different levels. I think just as a completely natural, organic product that's produced without pesticides, without herbicides, with no additives and no artificial chemicals. That's one level. Secondly, Honeybush is loaded with antioxidants and essential minerals and phytoestrogens, apart from being caffeine-free and sugar-free. And finally, Honeybush has a number of specific compounds that have been shown in early studies to be effective anti-diabetic agents, in fact. In the type 2 diabetic animals who were in the study, there was a complete normalization of their blood sugars when fed Honeybush as a supplement to their normal diabetic diet. In addition to that, the cholesterol levels in these animals dropped 30%. What was very, very interesting from my perspective was when the pancreas of these animals was analyzed afterwards, there were actual morphological and structural changes actually producing a kind of regenerative effect at the level of the pancreas.
Amazing. This is amazing too. I just took a little sip of it. It actually does taste very good. And like you said, not overly sweet, which I think is such a plus. Is Honeybush native just to South Africa?
Yes, exactly. It's an endemic plant, grows wild in South Africa. It's similar to its botanical cousin rooibos.
I've heard of that, yes.
Right. It's a much sweeter, milder, more subtle flavor than rooibos. It's also part of the ancient fynbos family, which has its botanical heritage dating back thousands of years.
Julie, we talked a little bit about the medicinal benefits. What are some of the other attributes of Honeybush teas?
Not only does this product taste fantastic, but it also is rich in antioxidants, in essential minerals, in our wonderful phytoestrogens, and it's completely natural, organic, and sugar-free, which is so important. So I love the fact that we're getting all these additional benefits. And you can also brew it over and over again, so it's really cost-effective.
That's very nice to know.
Yeah.
Dr. Frayne, an important question for you as a businessman. Talk about how you work hard at kind of sustaining this unique but somewhat endangered species.
Right, exactly, Daniela. People don't realize, but Honeybush is actually on the threatened list in South Africa. And the reason for that is the largely unsustainable harvesting that's occurring. Most of the honeybush that's in the retail markets and which is found online is actually being poached from the state forests. Our company has a strategy to deal with that. First of all, we're single source, we're farm direct. Secondly, we have a robust sustainability policy on our farm. We not only harvest in a sustainable manner from our wild stocks, but we actually have a cultivation program and we plant back into the wild. And thirdly, we address some of the social issues which are driving this unsustainable harvesting.
Terrific, terrific business practices. Kudos to you on that. I wanted you to recap before we end this segment, Julie, on the studies that show that Honeybush tea is a real fat inhibitor.
Yes.
As well as anti-inflammatory.
Exciting research out of the Journal of Phytomedicine shows that honeybush inhibits fat accumulation. it's got all of its benefits, all its health benefits, all its sustainability benefits, and it tastes great. It's a complete package, which is why I think everyone's going to love it.
Well, when you say fat inhibitor, you had me. I mean, listen, I'm sold.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, very informative. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing this terrific information. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And for more information on Honeybush Health Limited or on the studies that we were talking about in this segment, just go to our website. That's thebalancingact.com. Oh, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter, so don't forget to check us out there as well.